Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back for the review. Today I'm going to be doing the MP5 mod Mark II. I did the MP5A4 yesterday, and I kind of thought, well, maybe the MP5 mod Mark II is a good time to do this because a lot of people obviously consider this gun, and obviously if you have managed to achieve this gun, you definitely have had the MP5 mod at some point in your life, because you can't have this gun without it. You get 100 kills with it, and that's how you achieve this weapon through the job in the gun emporium. Anyway, going straight into the stats, because it's a pretty generic gun. You see a damage of 35, portability of 75, rate of fire of 86, accuracy of 67, and recoil of 63. Recoil is incredibly low in this weapon compared to the other MP5 models, which typically go upwards of 65-ish. And the accuracy of 67, although that may seem relatively low, it actually has very quick spread recovery, and you can actually tap fire at medium ranges and typically expect to hit your target, even if you're aiming headshots over boxes. It's pretty appropriate for that. But given the recoil that the MP5 series typically sports, it has a very, very high tendency to headshot quite a lot. The MP5 mod is well known for having the Acog Scope on top. The one that it's the only gun, I do believe, that has the pre-attached scope that gives you the HP and ammo vision in the front. I'm pretty sure it's the only gun that does that, at least to date. So looking at this, we have an ammo capacity of 30 of 90, very nice, typical SMG, nothing super special. It doesn't have that reduced mag that the Chris has, but very nice. Firing mode is only automatic, and it is only customizable with a magazine, given that it also has an S3 suppressor on the front to reduce flash. Now typically I would prefer an S1, but the S3 is nice because obviously if you have a pre-attached S1 suppressor, you can't actually tell whether it has lower recoil or not compared to if it didn't have that silencer on it. But the the S3 suppressor that the MP5 mod Mark II and actually regular MP5 mod have both obviously reduce the flash, which is the purpose of the weapon. This is really meant to be a stealth weapon, and that definitely helps the lower, obviously, flash, and then the very high headshot rate and the low sound make this a very, very easy weapon to get kills with. The recoil is definitely a big, big help. Love this weapon a lot. It's one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. It's very, very average. The MP5 series, like I said in my MP5A4 review, is a very average series. It doesn't have any outstanding statistics, but it performs pretty well. So yeah. The rate of fire of 86 is below the modern-day par of about 90. The accuracy of 67 is a little bit above the average, which is pretty good. Just a touch. Usually you see about a 65-ish, which is appropriate. Very fast spread recovery, which is really nice. The overall spread is not too large, but it's not the smallest in the game for an SMG by a long shot. The mag pull is a good bit smaller, so it really depends on what you want. If you're just looking for a very generic SMG that's good for pretty much anything, this is definitely going to be the way to go. Otherwise, if you're looking for a particularly fast-firing SMG, the mag pull or the Barapi may serve you better. The Barapi is obviously if you want to have the extended magazine, and the mag pull is if you prefer the suppressor. I usually go with the suppressor because it's more fun to use, and you can use the S1 suppressor to lower the recoil, considering the mag pull can't have a scope on it anyway. There is no recoil to ruin while in scope. I typically prefer that. I'm going to be comparing this gun to the MP5 ST6, considering that is the only other variant that you can get that is similar to this without having to spend NX. I won't be comparing it to the MP5 Mark II because it doesn't have the integrated scope or the suppressor, and this is the most similar gun to it that you guys should be able to try out. So if you're proficient with the MP5 SD6, the MP5 mod Mark II is just significantly better. So going into the stats of the SD6, we're seeing a damage of 33, portability of 75, rate of fire of 85, and accuracy of 67 with a recoil of 63. That makes the recoil and the accuracy just the same, so if you're okay with the spread recovery and overall spread size of the MP5 SD6, you should be very much at home with the MP5 mod Mark II. The only difference to affect that is that the rate of fire is 86 versus 85. So you have 1 point higher rate of fire, which technically will make it jump up slightly faster, but that's because you're getting more bullets out, and really shouldn't make that much of a difference. On top of the fact that it's only 1 point higher, it's not that big of a deal. The portability of 75 is the same on both weapons, and the damage is increased from 33 to 35, so you're getting a 2-point increase on that, which is very, very nice. The ammo capacity on both weapons is 30 of 90, which is very nice as well. You can put an extended magazine on the MP5 SD6, which is very nice. I would recommend the extended magazine 1 if you're looking to do anything with that. The 2 will obviously make your clip size a little bit larger, but for the extra reload speed and the fact that the clip sizes don't come out to be perfectly even, I am kind of OCD about that, and I do usually prefer to have the same clip sizes, 40 for all 3 40-shot clips instead of 4 30-shot clips, at the reduced price of 10%, reload speed. So that's always, nice. But at any rate, At any rate, guys, at any rate, the MP5 SD6 does have the pre-attached Acog Scope, just like the MP5 Mod Mark II, and the pre-attached suppressor. However, no one is sure what kind of suppressor it is because it doesn't look like any other suppressor in the game. We don't know if it's an S1, 2, or 3. Most likely not a 2, it is most likely a 3 if I had to make a guess, because that is the one that the other MP5 mod series typically sports. Could possibly be an S1, but like I said before, it's impossible to know the spread of a gun if you don't see it without it. So if you were to compare it to the MP5, it could possibly be an S1 suppressor, but that's unlikely. It would also be difficult to tell because the stats are different as well. Like I said in the last review, there are quite a few variants of the MP5 series. We're seeing the MP5A4, MP5 SD6, MP5 RAS, which is my personal favorite, MP5 Mod, MP5 Ross Centurion, which is my second favorite actually. I like the recoil pattern of the Ross better. The MP5A4 Mark II and the MP5 Mod Mark II, and then there is the whole cousin series with the MP7, which was based off of the MP5 in real life, which is just a nice little tidbit of information there if you guys are interested. It really is a nice gun. I do enjoy using it. It's a ton of fun to use. It's not one of those super OP SMGs that everyone runs around with and destroys with, but it's definitely good for certain things. It's definitely good for just in general. It's a very apt SMG. It's really hard to describe. Like I said before, it doesn't specialize in any one thing individually, but overall it provides pretty good performance. I would give it about an 8 or 9 of 10. It's definitely usable, definitely good for clan wars, and I would definitely use it in competitive gameplay. There's a lot of definites with this. That's just because it's a reliable gun. It actually is quite reliable, more reliable than a lot of people might consider an old weapon to be, but there's a reason it got a Mark II variant. So that's about all I really have to say on this weapon, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this. Please rate, comment, subscribe, check out some more videos, and I will see you guys in the next review. Shadolance out.